بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الصلاة والسلام على رسول الله وعلى آله وأصحابه ومن والاه السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته أهلا وسهلا ومرحبا بكم. So we're starting with our new lesson الدرس التاسع. الدرس التاسع is your ninth lesson. Okay, so inshallah we'll be starting with our ninth lesson. The title of the lesson is البيت. البيت. ما معنى البيت؟ البيت means what? The house. Okay, the house. Remember we talked about al means the and bait is house. And remember when you have al, you cannot have tanween. So instead of saying baytun, which is a house, we say al baytu, the house. Okay. So here we will be talking about, looks like about the house and family. Okay. Here we have usra. Usratun. Usra is family. Okay. Usra is family. There is another word you can memorize. Aila. Okay. Ailatun, which is also family. Okay. They're a little bit different. You have a different opinion what is the difference between them, but more or less they're exactly the same thing. Okay, some might argue that aila is a bigger family and usra is a little bit smaller family, but nonetheless we can use them interchangeably. Okay, so we can say aila or we can say usra. So we have jad. Okay, jaddun is grandfather, right? Grandfather. Jaddatun is grandmother. Okay, you can notice the ta marbuta, right? So basically this ta marbuta is making this word into feminine. So when grandfather you make into feminine, we have grandmother, right? Pretty cool, right? Then we have ab. Abun is father. Okay, there's another word for father. You can learn this, walidun. Walidun, which is also father. Okay, so walidun, it usually refers to your biological father, right? Where ab can be, your father, your stepfather. Sometimes you can use ab for even your uncles, So ab is more general, but ab also means father. Walidun is also your father. Is mother, right? Is mother. And just like walidun, we have another word for which is walidatun. Okay, walidatun. As you can notice, we have this ta marbuta, just like this ta marbuta, making this word into feminine. So when we make walidun, which is father, into feminine, we have mother, walidatun. Okay. Then we have ibnun. Ibnun is son. Okay. There's another word you can say walad. Waladun. Waladun can mean son. It can also mean a boy. Okay. And in some context in the Quran and everything, it can also mean a child. Okay. Walad can mean a lot of things, right? So son, but mostly walad is used for boy. Okay. Jade. As I said, walad can also mean son. And then we have ibnatun, same concept, right? Same concept. We have ibnun and you add ta marbuta. So if the ibnun is son and you making it into a feminine, you have daughter, right? Daughter. So here's something, you see this pattern. Usually doesn't work all the time, but when we have ta marbuta, number one, it is feminine word. Okay, ta marbuta is like 99% of the time it would be a feminine word. And sometimes, as you can see, some of the words you can make a masculine word, jaddun, into feminine word, jaddatun. So grandfather, grandmother. Walidun, which is a father, walidatun is mother. Then you have ibnun, which is a son, ibnatun is daughter. Just like waladun, we have another word we can use for daughter, which is bintun. Again, bintun can be daughter or it can be a girl. Okay, can be a girl. Okay. جيد. Now we have حديقة. حديقة is a garden. Okay, garden. حديقة is a garden. Okay. شجرة. شجرة is a tree. And we have وردة. 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 It can here it you can refer as a flower. But you can warda usually refers to rose. Okay, rose, which is a flower, but is a usually warda is specific to rose. Zahra. Zahra is your any standard flower. Zahratun. Okay, Zahra is flower. Okay, but you can use warda for flower as well, no problem. Jade. So we have the next. Now we have another set of words in this page. We looks like it's going to be about hujra. You remember what hujra means? We studied this word before when we studied hujratul dirasa, remember? So hujra is room, room, right? And we also studied another word, which was ghurfa, okay? Remember? Uh, ghurfatun, okay? Hujratun or ghurfatun. Ghurfatun, okay? Both of them means room. So the first word we have here is should be wisada. Okay, I'm not sure if we can say wasada, but it's the pronunciation is wisada. Wisadatun, which is pillow. Okay, wisadatun is a pillow. Battaniya. Battaniya is blanket. Battaniya is your blanket. Thiyab. Thiyab is clothes. Okay, clothes can be garments. Okay, garments. As you can see, we have different kind of clothes here. So we have a qamis, qamis, okay, qamis, and we have, remember we studied this one. What is this? What do you call this dress? Huh? So we say what? Fustan. Fustan, right? Fustan. Okay, fustan is dress. I want to write here so you're not confused. Fustan is dress. Qamis is shirt. Okay. And then for the pants, we have few words. You can say bintal, bintal, sir, wal, sir, wal. Okay, both of them are fine. And then the next word we have, you have to be careful. Last time we learned sama. Remember, sama. Sama we said is something that you hear with, right? It can be a lot of things: receiver, phone receiver, anything, right? Also stethoscope. All of them can be sama. But here is shamma with the shin. Shamma is your rack. You see that? This is the rack. You know where you hang your things. Can we, okay? Called racks. Okay, so shamma. Then we have Thuraya. Thuraya is chandelier. Okay, so chandelier. Chandelier. Okay. And the next one we have misbah. Misbah is light. Misbah is light. Then sajjada. Sajjada here, ta marbuta is missing. It should be sajjada. So sajjadatun. Okay. Sajjadatun is a rug. Okay, rug. It can be any kind of rug. It can also be a prayer rug. You know, you have a prayer rug. You can also say sajjada. It can also be prayer rug. Okay. Then with ibra. Ibra is your needle. Okay, ibra is your needle. Needle. Jade. And khayt. Khayt is thread or string. How do you spell thread? So it can be string or thread. Okay. Khayt is your string or thread, and then we have miqas. Miqasun is scissor. Okay. And we have furshatu asnan. Okay, so we have two words here. Fursha, okay, the word fursha by itself means brush. Okay, you can say uh, fursha for any kind of brush, right? Fursha. And then asnan is teeth, teeth. Okay, not tooth, teeth. So the tooth in Arabic is sin. I don't know if we did this one before. Sin. Sin is tooth. Okay. So in English, we say toothbrush, although we brush more than one tooth. But in Arabic, we say the proper way, right? We say furshatu asnan. Okay. So be careful. The pronunciation, you cannot say furshatun here. It's a little bit, it's one of those compound word. You say furshatu asnan. Okay. Furshatu asnan. So which is your toothbrush. Okay. So maybe I'll just write one toothbrush. Then we have mir'atun. Mir'a is a mirror. Sounds like it, right? Mirror. Mir'a is mirror. Jade, so I think, oh, that's a lot more words. So alhamdulillah, we have a lot of words in this chapter. So next set of word, we have niqab. Niqab is this face covering, right? Niqab is this face covering. Then we have tifl. Tifl is child. Okay, this is the word dedicated for child. Tifl is child. As I said, in some context, especially in the classical Arabic, walad also meant child. But for us, it's fine that we understand tifl is child. Then zirrun is button. Button, right? This is a button. Yes, I think I spelled it right. Here we have miqasun kabir. Okay. So miqas we already learned, which is a scissor. Kabir is big. And scissor. So what's happening? So what does it mean? Scissor, big. Well, this is your adjective phrase. Okay. In English, when we say adjective, we say the adjective first. Big scissor, right? In Arabic, we use the noun first, then we describe it, right? So we say miqasun kabir. You can say miqasun kabirun, but miqas kabir, miqasun kabir, okay? So we said the noun miqas, which is scissor, and kabir is big, okay? Something we have to keep in mind. In Arabic language, we say the noun first, then we say the adjective. Just like here, we have the same word miqas, which is scissor, and sagir, which is the opposite uh, opposite of kabir, which is what? Small. So here we're saying small scissor. Okay. So miqasun kabir is a big scissor and miqasun saghir is small scissor. Okay. So these are what? These are your adjective phrase. So now we have manzil. Manzilun is the same thing as baitun. Bait. Okay. Bait, which is house. Okay. Manzilun is house. So now we have few, looks like, let's see what it says. It's a al-ab. We already know what is ab. Ab is father. And we already know what al means, which is the. Okay, so it's going to be the father. And what we have is kabir. What did we say kabir meant, right? Kabir is big. So what's going on here? It's saying al-abu kabir. So the father big, right? But this is a sentence. And simple sentence in Arabic language, we don't use the verb, is. We just say al-ab kabir, which means the father is big. Okay, so this would be a whole sentence. Maybe I should write the translation here. The father is big. Okay, the father is big. In Arabic, we say al-abu kabir. You can say kabirun. Al-ab kabir, the father is big. So here's al-ibn. It's actually, this is a mistake. It should be ibnu. Here's the sukun. Al ibnu saghirun. So what is ibn? Ibn was son, right? So it's going to be the son. Saghir is small. So again, this is a sentence. The son, small. So we have to translate in Arabic, and we have to say the son is small. Okay. You see, we have to put this helping verb is in English. In Arabic, we don't have to worry about that. We say al ibnu saghir. I want to explain something here because we have to understand how to know if something is adjective phrase or something is a sentence. So here it says miqassun kabir. So when you say miqassun kabir, it means a big scissor. It's not a sentence, right? You say a big scissor, it's not a sentence, it's an adjective phrase. So kabir is adjective and scissor is your noun. So what happens, because here we have alif lam in the beginning. So what happens when we say al, let's say if we want to say al miqassu. So al miqassu, here we have to remove the tanwin because of what? Because of the alif lam. So al miqassu, and we say kabir. So now it's not the same. We're not saying miqassun kabir, we're saying al miqassu kabir. So what does this one means? Believe it or not, we are making this one into sentence. When we have the first one with the definite and the second one is indefinite, this is a sentence. So we're saying the scissor is big. Okay, this is exactly what's happening here. If I say ab, so abun kabirun, kabirun, as you can see, I removed the alif lam, so I put back the tanwin, abun kabirun. So what's going on? This becomes your adjective phrase. A, you're going to say, a big father. You see the difference, right? So the difference is if the first word is definite and the second word is indefinite, this is the normal, very simple way of making a sentence. So when you have a first word is definite and the second word is indefinite, then you have a sentence, right? That is the basic original situation of Arabic simple sentence, right? The first word is definite, second word is indefinite. But when both of them are indefinite, like here, you have the alif, you have the abun is indefinite, kabirun is indefinite. When both of them are indefinite, this is your adjective phrase. Like most of the time, there is always exception, but right now, just understand that when both of them are same indefinite, then it is your adjective phrase. Just like here, we have miqasun kabir. Miqas is indefinite, there's no alif lam. Kabir is also indefinite, no alif lam. So what? So they are adjective. Miqasun sagir, a small scissor, adjective phrase. But now you might ask, what happens when both of them are definite? So you can say al miqassu al kabir. Huh? What's gonna happen? Again, we cannot have tanwin here. So al miqassu al kabir, it is also adjective phrase. The big scissor. Okay. So this is a little bit grammar information I'm giving you here. Okay, so it's very good if you can understand this one and at least somewhat you understand the concept, it will really help you. Okay, because the book will start to give you a lot of sentence and adjective. So you have to kind of understand the difference, right? So what is the difference? Difference is when we have the noun and adjective, both of them. Okay, noun and adjective, both of them, uh, definite or indefinite, both of them matches, then it is your adjective phrase. But when you have a noun definite and adjective indefinite, then it is your sentence. Okay, you understand? So miqasun kabir is a small scissor. Al miqasu al kabir, which is here, it's the big scissor. Here it is, it's a big scissor, and here's the big scissor. Because why it's not a sentence? Because look, here's alif lam, here's alif lam. So both of them are alif lam. You understand? And then the other one here is a little bit different. We have al abu al kabir. Okay, so the first one is alif lam, the second one is not alif lam. Okay, you see the difference? Then we have the next one, هذه أم. So what is هذه? هذه is this, and this هذه is for feminine, right? Remember, we have two words for هذا and هذه. For this, we have two words. We have هذا, we have هذا, and we have هذه. Subhanallah, we have هذه. Because this is for masculine and this is for feminine. So is mother, right? So of course we have to use the feminine form, right? So هذه أم. So what do you think it's going to be? هذه أم. This mother. So it means this is a mother. So now why is it a sentence? What do you think? We just talked about the first one is definite and هذه is definite. It's a pronoun, it's a demonstrative pronoun. So all the demonstrative pronouns are definite because you're pointing at something. So everybody knows what you're talking about. هذه, you're pointing at this, or هذا, you're pointing at with your finger, you know. So these are also definite nouns. So because we have the first one is definite and the second one is indefinite, the standard rule is that it becomes a sentence. Okay, so we are saying this is a mother. And the same thing, wa means and, هذه ابنة. Okay, and this is a daughter. Okay, makes sense? So this kind of phrase and a sentence will come more, inshallah. Let's see what we have next. We have التدريبات. التدريبات is exercises, and we have التدريب الأول, the first exercise. Here we have all the words that we learned so far. أسرة, جد, جدة, أب, ابنة, ابن, ابنة. Then we have حديقة, شجرة, وردة, حجرة, وسادة. See, here they fix the spelling. بطانية, ثياب, شماعة, ثريا, مصباح. So you should know all of them. Okay, سجادة. Okay, here they also fix the spelling. إبرة, خيط, مقص, and فرشة. And see here they separated the word. So فرشة is فرشاتun by itself is brush, right? But when you combine with they didn't put the word sin here, asnan. So asnan, which is teeth, right? Then mir'atun is mirror, tifl, child, zir is button, niqab is your face covering, right? So التدريب الثاني, second exercise, here we have the similar. So this is nice. So we have حديقة. So we have to know what حديقة is. And then you have to find the picture that goes with the حديقة. So what is حديقة? حديقة is garden. So you have to connect with this garden. Okay. So as always, you have to know these words. So you should memorize these words, and inshallah, then you should be able to do all of this. It's not many here, but you should be able to do them. So جدة is going to be this one, right? Grandmother. نعم. The next one we have, it's a little bit interesting. We have التدريب الثالث, the third exercise. So we have three pictures. So we have to match all of them here, right? Ab is father. So which one is Ab? This one is Ab, right? So you're going to match with this one. Ibna is daughter. So here's your daughter. And Ibnun is your son. So, that's your son. So you can do for the rest. Wisada, pillow, right? Wisada. What is thiyab? You have to know what thiyab is. Thiyab doesn't mean blanket, right? It's not this one. Is clothes or garments. So you connect with this. Battaniya, you connect with this. Okay. So try to do them. Inshallah, it will help you with your vocabulary. And here's what we talked about: hada and hadihi. Okay. So something that you have to know. This is a grammar. So we say hada for masculine. Ab is masculine. So hada ab. This is, the translation is, this is a father, right? So we say هذه because it's feminine, so we say هذه instead of هذا. So هذه, this is a mother. Okay, so the main thing you have to understand is هذا is for masculine and هذه is for feminine. Okay, so هذا ابن, this is a boy or son. هذه ابنة, this is a daughter. هذا جد, this is a grandfather. هذه جدة, this is a grandmother. Okay, so make sure you understand the difference between هذا and هذه. Okay, now so التدريب الخامس here they're just showing you the tha, the, and ha in different places in the word, right? Thawb here starting with the tha. You should know all of this word. Thawb, thuraya, thallaja, kumathra, thiyab. Okay, all of this word we studied before. So make sure you know them, and just showing you these words, sorry, these letters in the beginning and in the middle of the words, right? Next tadrib, we have a tadrib sadis, the sixth exercise. This is a sound, so it's something that you can practice your own. So you see the difference. He said bata and here's mata. I mean, these two sounds are pretty different. You shouldn't have any confusion here. Sab'un, sam'un, azib, azim. Okay, you can practice them. Next one, التدريب السابع, the seventh exercise. Here, it's interesting because we have هذا كتاب كبير. هذا is this, right? We know that, and this is for masculine. And kitab is a book, and kabir is big. Okay, now if we look at it, a lot of things are happening here, right? The first one is we know kitabun kabirun, this part, just this part is what? Kitabun kabirun. What does it look like? We talked about both of them are indefinite, right? And we know what kitab means, which is a book, and we know what kabir means, which is a big, which is an adjective. So kitabun kabirun, both of them are indefinite. So what is it? It is adjective phrase. So you're going to say a big book. Okay. Now we have hada, which is what we said of hada is definite, right? It's definite. So we have hada kitabun kabirun. So first one is definite. The second one is indefinite, which is kitabun. Now if you look at here, hada kitabun, it's like this. You can think of like this, hada kitabun, right? The first one is definite and the second one is indefinite. So it becomes a sentence. This is a book. Now it's describing the book by saying kabir. So it says kabir, kabirun. So because both of them are indefinite, right? This phrase, this part here is your adjective. So you have to translate, this is a big book. Okay, you understand this? هذا كتاب كبير. This is a big book. You can also look at another way. You can translate this part first. هذا قلم. هذا is this. قلم is pen, right? So this is a pen. Then we have صغير, which is an adjective to the pen because both of them are indefinite, right? قلم صغير means a small pen. So now you're saying this is a small pen. Main thing you have to understand is how to find out if something is an adjective or sentence. Okay, in the very simple case is adjective will be the noun and the adjective both of them will be either indefinite or both of them will be definite. Okay, so here both of them are indefinite. قلم صغير. So it is, we translate as an adjective phrase, this is a small pen, and we have هذا, which is definite, means this, and then it makes into a sentence. هذا قلم صغير. This is a small pen. So just to make sure you understand, so you have قلم, okay, قلم صغير, صغير. What happens if I put alif lam here? We said qalamun saghirun is what? A small pen, right? Qalamun saghirun, a small pen. What happens? I put alif lam, al qalamu saghirun. Guess what? Make it into a sentence because the first one is definite. Now you have to say the pen is small. Okay. So this is the concept I'm trying to make sure you understand. Inshallah, if it's taking time, that's fine. Inshallah, you'll get it soon. Next one, we have al-kibritu ala al-maktab. Okay, al-kibritu ala al-maktab. So al-kibritu is what? The matches, right? So we say the because of alif lam, the the matchsticks, matches. Ala, we know what ala is. We had this before. Ala is preposition, it means on. And we also know what happens when we have a preposition, right? So we have ala al-maktab. So what's going to be here? It's going to get a kasra, ala al-maktabi, right? We studied this one before. So on the desk, okay? So the whole thing is the matches, I'll translate the whole thing here. The matches are on the desk. Okay, you understand? So there are a lot of grammar rules going on here, right? So we have to know about the alif lam, it makes a tanween, we have preposition, we have a kasra. The first one is definite, right? All of these things are happening. So we're getting a lot of big sentence here. So that's good. So the next one is al-mudarrisu. Al-mudarrisu is the teacher, right? Al-mudarrisu yaftahu. Yaftahu is to open, right? So he opens. Remember, ya is for present tense and is also for he. Remember, we talked about it. He opens. So who opens? Who is that he? He is the mudarris, okay? And this is your subject because we have a dhamma. Yaftahu nafidhata. Nafidha is window, right? Window. So why we have fatha on the window? Because this is an object of the verb yaftahu. So the mudarris is the subject. He is opening. What is he opening? He is opening the window, and window is the object. That's why it gets fatha. We studied this before, right? Al mudarrisu yumsiku. The teacher is yumsik is what? He is holding al kursiya. Here we have fatha because that's the object. So the teacher is holding the chair. Okay, the teacher is holding the chair. Now, the next exercise is at-tadrib al-thamin, the 8th exercise. These are writing, you can go through them, inshallah. And at-tadrib al-tasi', the 9th exercise, also writing, you can go through them, inshallah. I'll skip the next one as well. And the last one, I believe that's the last one. The last one is at-tadrib al-ashir, which is also writing exercise. You can just trace them. You should know what bab means. Bab is door, kitab is book. So that's pretty easy, inshallah. So alhamdulillah, we finished this chapter, inshallah. I will see you in the next one. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.